Yes, you are running wild with the most underrated wrestling podcast in the world, WellsMania Podcast. And I am your host, WellsMania. And this right here is episode 214 of WellsMania Podcast live. We are live on the WellsMania YouTube channel. And I just want to say thank you to each and every single one of you for stopping in and engaging and running wild with me. This is a solo episode of WellsMania Podcast. And look, it's Aiden Achong right off the bat. Brother, thank you so much for being here. It's Wells freaking Mania. It's right, brother. And I haven't done a WellsMania podcast episode live just by myself. So originally, I was supposed to have a very special guest join me. Unfortunately, her schedule didn't exactly line up with mine. And I'm talking about the one, the only Wheezy Blonde. Wheezy Blonde was scheduled to run wild with me on this episode of WellsMania Podcast. But as the saying goes in pro wrestling, card always subject to change. So we'll get Wheezy back on another time. I really wanted to pick her brain about what has been going on with her and other streamers that stream and do the reaction videos to wrestling content, and mainly WWE, because WWE has been really going at reactors and hitting them with copyright claims. And you know what's funny? Conman says, I don't care. I'm still going to do it. Wheezy Blonde is like, I don't care. I'm still going to do it. Gilly Mania is like, I don't care. I'm still going to do it. Because what's funny is WWE, even though they cracked down on several wrestling content creators, they still use the reaction videos. Like on Monday Night Raw last night, there was still WWE content creators being used, even though they had just gotten hit with some copyright claims. I know Con Man, and I think Gilly Mania was another one of those. So yeah, it's a wild time we're living in right now. And you know, I know a thing or two about getting hit with copyright claims. Once upon a time, the WellsMania podcast ran wild on Spotify, and I used to come in with Motley Crue's Wild Side, and I would play other music when I ever would see fit to do it. But then one day, Spotify just hit me out of nowhere, like an RKO out of nowhere. They hit me with music copyright claims, didn't tell me like what the music was. And before I could even do anything about it, they just went ahead and suspended my whole account and completely wiped the WellsMania podcast clean from Spotify, which is unfortunate because I really feel like we were starting to hit a stride on Spotify and we were really starting to take off. And I had like 1,500 listeners, followers, Wells Maniacs running wild, tuning in to every episode of the WellsMania podcast on Spotify. So it's unfortunate. However, I handle adversity very well. And now I'm here talking to you live on the WellsMania YouTube channel, which, by the way, hit that subscribe button. There's a little ticker at the bottom of the screen. Subscribe to the WellsMania YouTube channel. It's pretty cool having a little ticker down there. Because I said this on the last episode of WellsMania podcast. When we hit 500 subscribers, I will be giving away, where did it go? I will be giving away an unopened, sealed box of 2026 WWE Topps Chrome trading cards. I'll be doing a giveaway for the loyal Wells Maniacs out there who have really helped me continue to grow day in and day out, episode in, episode out, and just running wild with me all over social media. I mean, you can find me on TikTok, you can find me on Instagram, you can find me on Twitter, X, you can find me on Facebook, and of course, right here on YouTube, the official home of the Wells Mania podcast. Yes, Brian, I know, man. I'm bummed too, brother. No Wheezy, no Wheezy. I did tease that my special guest was a girl. I didn't reveal who it was yesterday because today I was waiting for confirmation if she could run wild with me on this episode. And unfortunately, like I said, her schedule just didn't line up with this time slot because we are live. We are live right here, right now, episode 214 of WellsMania podcast. And I really hope that a lot of you come in and engage because this is kind of the agenda of what we're going to be talking about on this episode of Wells Mania podcast. We are going to recap WWE Backlash. Backlash was this past Saturday down in Tampa, Florida. So we are going to run through what happened there at Backlash. And shout out to all the wrestling content creators, even the ones that didn't involve me. Aiden Chong, though, brother, you were used quite a bit, man. So you're definitely a lot further in this business than you think you are because I saw your at Backlash. I saw that. I think like 3 different creators used you. So congratulations to you, brother. Well earned, well deserved. Close, JC. You know, it's funny. I get told that I look like Mega Mondo. It's true. Mega Mondo and I are very similar in build. We are very similar in features. We are very similar in energy, although I think he's got a little bit more energy than I do. We both love potassium. We both love professional wrestling. We both love King Kong. We both love Harambe. We both love gorillas. So, yeah, man. Close but no cigar. I am Wells Mania. I am not Mega Mondo. Kayfabe, keeping kayfabe alive here. That's the crazy thing, man. Like I try so hard, especially when I first came up with the Mega Mondo character. I tried so hard to keep the two separate. And then as time goes on and people start recognizing me and getting familiar with not just Wells Mania, but getting familiar with Mega Mondo, it's really hard to separate the two. So JC 2514, not your bad brother. I am Mega Mondo. I'm just not in character right now. So I know I just broke kayfabe. But it's 2026 and I do respect all the professional wrestlers out there who are trying their best to keep kayfabe alive. But in today's society, it's just really challenging to keep kayfabe alive, especially with my character. There is no way that I could be Mega Mondo 24/7. There's just no way. My voice wouldn't last, you know, because the Mega Mondo voice is just a voice of its own. And if I talked like that all the time, I would have no voice. I would have no voice. But no, I appreciate you stopping by here. And we are also going to talk about WWE Fan of the Year. Have you guys seen this? The General. Go to the General and save some time. The General is doing a thing where they will be giving out a Fan of the Year, a WWE Fan of the Year. So we will be talking about that here in a little bit and why I don't qualify for WWE Fan of the Year. And you might not either. So stay tuned for that. That's what we call a tease in this biz. We are also going to be talking about the John Cena Classic because at Backlash, John Cena made his history-making news, which is not what we thought it was going to be. We all thought it was going to be Club WWE. And it wasn't. It was the John Cena Classic. So I will dive more into that. And I really would like to hear what you guys think about the John Cena Classic. So once we get there, I want you guys to give me your feedback, the matchups that you want to see in the John Cena Classic. And live Q&A all episode long. If there's anything that you want to talk about, if you have any questions or comments or want to know my thoughts on really anything, you can lob it out there and I'll bring you up on the screen and I will do my very best to answer your questions. So let me first and foremost go to the WellsMania YouTube page because I've got 464 subscribers. We are so close. We are so close to 500. And like I said, when we get to 500 subscribers, I'm doing a giveaway. I mean, I'm doing a giveaway where I'm giving away an unopened box of WWE Topps Chrome trading cards. So hopefully we can get there. But yeah, let me share this live out and see if we can get some more people in here. This is live in real time here at WellsMania on Twitter. I'm currently tweeting out, we're live, pal. So hopefully we can get some people to come in here and engage. And like I said, I haven't done a live WellsMania podcast episode by myself. Last episode, we had Aiden Achong, we had Patrick Kearns, we had Fitnessa. Patrick and Fitnessa, their husband and wife, they're diehard wrestling fans. They love fantasy football. Patrick's a country music superstar. Go check his music out on Spotify. He just released a new single. Fitnessa is all over TikTok. She does TikTok lives all the time, and she's very nice, and not very evil, but very nice. But yeah, Patrick and Fitnessa, I hope you guys had a lot of fun running wild on episode 213 of WellsMania podcast. And in case you missed it, you can go back and you can watch it right here on the WellsMania YouTube channel. And of course, Aiden Achong, friend of the WellsMania podcast. It's always a good time having Aiden on the podcast. Oh, look who just joined the chat. Acknowledge me. The Tribal Jester is in the chat. What's going on, Matt? How you doing today, brother? I'm slowly but surely getting into this episode, just kind of building up, getting more people in here and engaging with one another. Zach just said National Mental Health Provider Appreciation Day, everyone. That's huge, man. That is huge. National Mental Health Provider Appreciation Day. Definitely appreciate that. And mental health is something that we all need to protect. We all need to protect our mental health and find our peace and joy and what brings happiness to each and every single one of us. So I love that, Zach. I love that, man. We celebrate Mental Health Provider Appreciation Day every day. Everything is great, brother. Good to see you. Yes, great to see you too, Tribal Jester. It's always a good time when you pop up in the chat. Go to therapy, nerds. You know, I've been in therapy before, back in the day, and it works. It works if you want it to work. That's the whole point of therapy is if, depending on what your issue is, everybody's got their own issues. So each therapy session is different, but the number one goal is to better yourself in life and moving forward, accomplishing self-love and confidence and believing in yourself that you can literally do anything that you set your mind to. And I truly believe that everybody is capable of being a good person. I really do. And I I have so much hope for humanity, and I lead by example by just generating positive vibes and good energy and just manifesting good on each and every single one of you. And I say this time and time again, whatever you're going through in life, I really hope that you find the strength to believe in yourself and overcome those adversities and those issues that you're facing. And what unites us all together is professional wrestling. I mean, professional wrestling is therapy in itself. And I find myself watching old WWF pay-per-views from back in the 90s. I watch old WCW pay-per-views from back in the 90s. I even go watch Legends House, WWE Legends House. That's like my comfort WWE show is Legends House, which it's hard to find now because it's not streaming anywhere. Kind of like Total Divas is not streaming anywhere. So hopefully, eventually, WWE Legends House and Total Divas and Total Bellas will be available to stream. I know friend of the WellsMania podcast, Paige Mack, she is a big Total Divas and Total Bellas fans, and I see her on her social media all the time asking WWE to stream it somewhere. Hopefully they will sooner rather than later. I mean, this is something that I do miss is the WWE network. And even when wrestling and WWE was on Peacock, because everything was right there in the Peacock library, and now that it's gone over to ESPN, we haven't been granted full access to the WWE library. Like we're still missing a lot. So hopefully, like I said, I'm manifesting that eventually we will get the things that we are missing. Yeah, Brian, me too, brother. I love Legends House. Um, Such a just a really great concept. The reality concept. My wife and I are suckers for reality shows, especially when you get all sorts of different personalities living in the same house. I mean, that is entertainment. And yeah, it's a good time for sure. Um, you would watch 24 hours of Ric Flair in that house. That's the thing too, is like who would we cast in Legends House 2? The Nature Boy Ric Flair would be a great castmate in the house. Can you just imagine just seeing old Ric Flair um uncut, unfiltered in that environment? Yeah, that would be that would be a lot of fun. And I think a lot of people would tune in to that show for sure. Legends House 2, which you never know. We may get it. We may get it. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and share. See, I get sidetracked, but I'm glad that I do because it's nice that some of you are in here actually engaging with the live because the WellsMania podcast, I always did pre-recorded episodes. And then one day I just decided, okay, after WrestleMania, there's going to be a new era of WellsMania. And I wanted to do things different. I wanted to go live with these episodes to make it more interactive with you, the viewers, wherever you're watching. Here's Tribal Jester, Ric Flair, Ricky Steamboat, The Rock and Roll Express. That dude, I love that. And you said Marty Jannetty was another one. Marty Jannetty. Yeah, right there. I was listening to Sean Mooney and Steve Fall. They have a podcast on here. I think it's like Prime Time with Sean Mooney, where Sean Mooney, if you remember Sean Mooney from the 90s, he used to be a WWE reporter, backstage reporter, and he was there. He was there for a lot of my childhood. And he does a lot of episodes where he goes back and relives the memories and the moments of the early days of the 90s. And he was talking about WrestleMania 8, which I hold near and dear to my heart because it took place here in Indianapolis at the Hoosier Dome. And I was there with my dad and my nana. I was 5 years old. So Sean Mooney is telling all these backstage stories of, how the matches came about and what went wrong and why this match didn't happen and what happened to this wrestler. And Marty Jannetty got brought up. And of course, Marty fell into some hard times with drugs and addiction. And Marty Jannetty was supposed to wrestle Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 8. And Jannetty got into some trouble and was not on that WrestleMania 8 card. So we got Shawn Michaels versus Tito Santana. And Sean Mooney, if you're watching, which I don't know if you are, you might. I really enjoy what you and Steve are doing over there on Prime Time. I'm a sucker for nostalgia. So anything WrestleMania 8, I will always give my time and attention to because I hold WrestleMania 8 in my heart forever. Or should I say, then, now, forever. Okay. Let me go back to 5 minutes, 10 minutes ago when I was supposed to tweet out that we're live, pal, just to see if we can get some more people in here. And feel free to share this. Feel free to share this to your social media. Get more people in here. It's nice to social network and really just continue to build the audience. And we'll do it live. We will do it live. Let me tweet this out here. We're live, pal. All right. So I got that on the WellsMania Twitter at WellsMania. You can find me there. And then I'm going to post it on Facebook. And my Facebook page has just absolutely skyrocketed. It's crazy. Like I always wanted my Twitter and my TikTok to be the social medias that just absolutely skyrocket and take off. Had no intentions on my Facebook being the one that's just absolutely in the universe orbiting. It's insane. I've got like 28,000 followers on Facebook, which never intended to ever have 2,800 followers, let alone 28,000. So if you are one of the 28,000, thank you. It means everything to me. This good comment right here. Facebook has been really kind to the Tribal Jester as well. Good, man. It's one of those things where you catch the algorithm and it runs wild for you. And that's the key is the algorithm picks you up and just rockets you out there. The amount of people who recognize me and know who I am just from popping up on their FYP and their algorithm is incredible. I mean, it's awesome that I'm getting that exposure, that recognition. People are, first time viewers of the WellsMania podcast, which is always a great thing to get a new demo and a new audience to tune into the pod. Of course, I love the diehards who literally have been here for over a decade and have ran wild with me the whole entire journey that is the WellsMania podcast. So it's a crazy ride. Social media is wild and crazy, but I wouldn't have it any other way because it keeps things fun and exciting. And it's always a challenge, like every day doing any type of social media content creation, you start second guessing yourself, which is human nature. And I want to give some advice here. Don't be discouraged by who is not watching what you are doing. Do not be discouraged by the lack of views or retweets or hearts, likes, whatever. Don't let any of that stuff determine why you do what you do. Like it's Field of Dreams. If you build it, he will come. And I know all these years later, I hear Michael Scott, that's what she said. But it's true. It's true. Like I have built the WellsMania podcast literally from nothing, and I have turned it into something that people care about. And that means everything to me because I've got people tuning in to what I have to say and um, wanting to be on the show and wanting to interact with me. And it means everything to me. I mean, this is why we do what we do. And it's just, I can't, there's no stop. There's no stop. Ain't no stopping me. No. We're coming up to 30 minutes. And my wife was like, you're not going to be done in 30 minutes. You're going to ramble on and you're not even going to get into your first topic until the back half of the hour. My wife is always right. She's always right. Even when she's wrong, she is right. More PSA out there for you, fellas. If you have a wife out there or a girlfriend, they are always right. Even when they are wrong, they are always right. And that'll take you far. That'll take you far in this world. So Tribal Jester knows. He's been married for how long have you been married, Matt? You've been married for a while. I've only been married for a year, but my wife and I have been together for almost 8 years. So yeah, she's tolerated me for 8 years, or I've tolerated her for 8 years. Okay, just making sure she wasn't going to barge in like the Kool-Aid man. Oh yeah. But I do have the back half of this episode of WellsMania podcast. We are going to talk about the things that I planned on us talking about. But let me share this real quick and try to get some more people in here. This is the crazy thing too, is this time slot. Do you guys like this time slot? 5 p.m. is usually when people are getting off work, but I say 3 p.m. is the new 5 p.m. So you should have gotten off 2 hours ago. And 14 years, man, congratulations on being married to your wife for 14 years, dude. Barry Horowitz yourself, pat yourself on the back because that's an incredible accomplishment. You're almost to 15, man. Don't you like get something, or is it some sort of celebration each like 15, 20, 25, 30 every 5 years? Isn't there like some sort of this is what this anniversary is? Happy wife, happy life. Yes. That's always a good catchphrase as well, Brian. I agree. But let's talk about WWE Backlash at Backlash. So I'm going to go through the card here and just, give my thoughts on each match. And I want you guys to weigh in too on the matches that I'm talking about here. And we kicked things off with, hold on a second. I just had it. And we're live, pal. We kick things off with Braun Breaker versus Seth Rollins. Now, this is the only match on the WWE Backlash card that I missed. I went 4-1 with my predictions. I had Seth Rollins winning this match because I thought Seth was going to win, but he did not. Braun Breaker gets a massive victory here. But this feud is far from over. This feud is far from over. I think that we're going to get this match again, potentially at Saturday night's main event in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I will talk more about that here in a little bit as well, because next week, episode 215 of WellsMania podcast, I will be joined by Pluggo from Between Two Beards and DC Hendricks and maybe Stone Pain Productions if he's back from Florida. He went down to Tampa, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be down there for a while. So Braun Breaker beat Seth Rollins. I thought the match was a good match. Seth Rollins definitely showing his human side for sure. But Braun Breaker getting the big win here, it didn't necessarily surprise me because I did say on the last episode of WellsMania that I could see this match going either way. And I just went Seth because I felt like Seth needed this win more than Braun. But then I've heard other people say Braun needed that win more than Seth. So To each their own. Braun Breaker beat Seth Rollins. Trick Williams beat Sami Zayn to retain the United States Championship. And I am no stranger to voicing how I feel about Sami Zayn. He's boring. He's just a whiny little baby. And he just doesn't do anything for me. Like, a gingerbread man is more over than Sami Zayn. That tells you everything that you need to know. Sami Zayn needs to take some time off, recollect himself, and figure out, how am I going to get myself back over with the WWE universe, because what he is doing, nobody cares. Like, nobody cares about Sami Zayn. And it's just, yeah, RIP Gingerbread Man. That video package that WWE put out, where the Gingerbread Man was a Hulkamaniac, and he was there during the Attitude Era, and he was there when the Undertaker's WrestleMania streak ended. Like, don't realize that the Gingerbread Man has been around for a very long time in the WWE universe. So, and I actually kind of forgot that I met him at WrestleMania 28 at Fan Access down in Miami. We had a WrestleMania moment. It then popped up on the Jumbotron. That's a true story, by the way. You can go back and watch WrestleMania 28, and you will see yours truly, a baby face WellsMania, back when I did not have the beard. 2012 was a babyface era. I didn't start growing the beard until the following year in 2013. I grew my beard out because I wanted to meet Daniel Bryan when Daniel Bryan was really over. And I got my picture taken with Daniel Bryan. And when we met in person, he complimented me on my beard. Well, it wasn't the first time we met. We had met prior to that, but this is the first time that I had seen him with the beard, and he really appreciated it. Jacob Phillips in the building, my dude. When someone looks up mid-card and lore of WWE history, Zayn is the face of it. Dude, you're not kidding, man. Sami Zayn has never won the world title. I would be okay if he never did. And I know that I get a lot of pushback on that, but I'm just being honest. I'm being real. I don't fake my reactions. I'm authentic, and I tell it like it is. I do not like Sami Zayn. I tolerated him when he was in the bloodline. I did somewhat enjoy what he was doing in the bloodline, but that version of Sami Zayn is long gone. And, the version that we have is just a snoozer, a snooze fest, a yawn mania is what Sami Zayn is. But I'm glad Trick Williams beat Sami Zayn to retain the United States title. And how about Danhausen and his mystery partner versus The Miz and Kit Wilson? Now, everybody was speculating who was going to be Danhausen's mystery partner. I heard CM Punk, Obafemi, Aiden Chong said Tony D'Angelo. I've heard people say John Cena. I even said Jelly Roll, because I heard speculations that Jelly Roll was going to be Danhausen's mystery partner. And Elton Prince, people were saying Kit Wilson's old tag team partner was going to join forces with Danhausen. Mr. Iguana, R-Truth. I mean, there were so many names that were thrown out there, and none of those people were Danhausen's mystery partner. Nana! Danhausen's mystery partner was Minniehausen. That's right. He cloned himself, and it was Minniehausen who turned out to be El Torito. So El Torito was Minniehausen, and I thought that was really cool. Once upon a time in my WellsMania Royal Rumble pool, I drew the number that was El Torito. So, yeah, I did not win that year. El Torito did not win the Royal Rumble. But yeah, Danhausen and Minniehausen defeated The Miz and Kit Wilson. And Danhausen's over. I mean, he is over. And I've got people messaging me that I didn't even know watch wrestling saying that they watch wrestling because of Danhausen. And even my old man, my pops, he loves Danhausen. He actually messaged me the other day and said that he bought a Danhausen shirt off WWEshop.com. Good thing, Pops, because you are not cursed buying Danhausen merch. I'm pretty sure, I don't have the stats in front of me, but I'm pretty sure Danhausen's merch is probably the top selling merch on WWEshop.com. Oh, Jacob, here we go. Give me thoughts on Cody versus Gunther. I like it. I like it because it gives both of these guys something different and a different direction to go in. And I don't know if Gunther is going to beat Cody Rhodes to become the undisputed WWE champion, but I also wouldn't rule it out because here's my thing about Gunther. And I said this to close out 2025. You have Gunther be the one to retire John Cena. I mean, that's probably one of the greatest accomplishments that Gunther will ever have on his future WWE Hall of Fame career. So going into 2026, I said, you have got to book Gunther just a dominant, unbeatable force in WWE. And you can't have him lose because it would just totally ruin the momentum of retiring John Cena going into the new year. And then Gunther retired AJ Styles. So Gunther's got the strong momentum and now going for the undisputed WWE title on Cody Rhodes. I just don't want that momentum getting halted by Cody beating Gunther. So if these two do in fact have a match wherever down the roads, see what I did there? Roads. Gunther has to beat Cody Rhodes. Gunther has to beat Cody Rhodes, or else that is going to absolutely just kill the momentum. You want to talk about career killer? That might be a career killer, having Cody beat Gunther. So you got to have Gunther beat Cody Rhodes to become the new undisputed WWE champion. And then they go their separate ways. And then you have Cody do something new with somebody different. And you have Gunther be the top heel champion with the undisputed WWE title, where everybody's chasing to be the one to dethrone Gunther. And you have him go on another lengthy title reign. I mean, that's kind of what I would do with Gunther if I'm book if I were Triple H. That's how I would book Gunther versus Cody Rhodes. So hopefully, Jacob, that answered your question right there, brother. And I appreciate you stopping by. I know I just texted you to jump in here. I'm trying to get more people in here. And Io Sky defeated Asuka in what looked like Asuka might be calling it quits here in WWE. I mean, she's been posting some cryptic messages on her social media, and of course the interaction the other night on Monday Night Raw. It's possibly could be the end for Asuka and WWE, which is sad because Asuka, I feel like, has been one of the most dominant, but yet still not as appreciated as she should be in the WWE universe. I feel like it's weird saying Asuka's underrated, but Asuka feels like she's underrated, even though she was dominant in NXT, Nobody's ready for Asuka. And she's had a very successful career in WWE. So if this is truly the end of Asuka in WWE, thank you. The WWE Hall of Fame will be calling you shortly. You definitely deserve to be in the WWE Hall of Fame. And I really enjoyed Io Sky versus Asuka at Backlash. And Io, so damn good. Io Sky is so damn good. And then that takes us to the main event. I will get to John Cena here in just a little bit after Roman Reigns defeated Jacob Fatu to retain the World Heavyweight title. But it was Jacob Fatu standing tall to close out Backlash, holding the World Heavyweight title. And I mean, Jacob Fatu is unhinged. He's a man possessed, and he's got that Tongan death grip from Haku. My goodness, it is effective. It is very effective. I mean, we've seen Haku back in the day use that quite a bit, and Meng as well when he was in WCW. We saw it all the time. So I do love that Roman and Jacob Fatu are doing what they do best and keeping their family's legacy very well in the storylines. And I am intrigued to see where we go with Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns, because Jacob Fatu keeps getting the best of Roman Reigns. Maybe we'll get Jacob Fatu versus Roman Reigns as a surprise match added to Saturday night's main event. One can only hope here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Probably not, but hey, manifesting, we will get Roman Reigns, acknowledge me, versus Jacob Fatu at Saturday night's main event. It'll more than likely probably be at what's the next PLE Clash in Italy. That's probably where we more than likely will get Jacob Fatu versus Roman Reigns, the rematch. But yeah, that those are the Backlash results. I thought the show was really good. I enjoyed it. I went 4-1 with my predictions. John Cena comes out, and his history-making news is the John Cena Classic. And all of us were thinking, oh, he's just going to really go into Club WWE and give us more of what that is. No. John Cena says the John Cena Classic is a new, unique tournament featuring WWE main roster and NXT talent where fans vote to determine the winner. Oh, my goodness. If WWE and TKO truly allow us fans to do what us fans think we can do better than TKO and WWE, book the winners, book the outcomes of these WWE superstars versus NXT superstars. And let me know in the comments some matchups that you guys would like to see, because the possibilities are endless for the John Cena Classic, where the winner will get a championship title. And if it is not a spinner belt, what are we doing? What are we doing here? It needs to be a spinner title paying homage to John Cena for the John Cena Classic. I mean, come on, get a spinner title. Get a spinner title for the John Cena Classic. But let me know in the comments, what matches would you all like to see? Now, I did post a TikTok video about this, and I also put it on my Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, and I'm scrolling to where that tweet was so I don't forget any of the matches that I would like to see. But here are just a few. Here are just a few matches that I would like to see in the John Cena Classic. Roman Reigns versus Tony D'Angelo. The OTC versus the Don. That right there has money written all over it. That is a money-making match. Randy Orton versus Miles Bourne. A lot of people compare Miles Bourne to Randy Orton, so we have the opportunity. It's there Randy Orton versus Miles Bourne. LA Knight, yeah, versus Lexis King. I think that'd be a really entertaining match. Rhea Ripley versus Zarya. I think that would also be a really entertaining match. Becky Lynch versus Lola Vice. Io Sky versus Kendall Gray. Oba Femi versus Mason Rook. What was another one I saw? Someone said, what was the other? Javon Evans versus I don't know who he is. I'm not familiar with who he is, and I'm spacing on his name right now. But I saw that one. It doesn't really help, but Javon Evans versus a guy that I don't even know in NXT. But that's the beauty of the John Cena Classic. It takes names and superstars that we might not be familiar with, and it gives them an opportunity to show what they can do. Oh, here's one from Brian. Jasper Troy versus Gunther. Yeah, Jasper Troy, big guy, big guy versus Gunther. That'd be a really good one. So yeah, the John Cena Classic, it has the possibility of dream matches where we the fans get a vote on the winners, whether or not they win or lose the match. How crazy is that? But hey, trying something different here, and I respect it. How about this from the General? The General and WWE are doing the Fan of the Year. The Fan of the Year is built to honor the passion and drive of the WWE universe. Go to thegeneral.com/WWE to enter for a chance to be crowned Fan of the Year. Have y'all seen this? So I went to the General, and it says the official auto insurance of WWE. WWE is tagging in the General as an official sponsor. Explore the partnership featuring WWE Fan of the Year presented by the General, a contest that celebrates the fans and brings them closer to the action. Now you have a chance to enter to win the ultimate break experience at SummerSlam 2026. So I'm like, okay, what all does this include if I win? Ringside tickets for both nights of SummerSlam 2026 in Minneapolis for you and a guest, round trip airfare to attend SummerSlam 2026, hotel accommodations and transportation, exclusive merchandise, behind the scenes access, and more. I love and more. I say and more all the time. To enter, record a video showing us what WWE means to you and why you are the most passionate WWE fan out there in a minute or less. Complete the submission form and upload your video. A panel of judges, including representatives from the WWE and the General, will select 3 finalists. Then the WWE Universe will decide the winner by a fan vote. So I was like, okay, I'm hooked. Let me be the Fan of the Year. WellsMania, WWE Fan of the Year. Unfortunately, it is void in my state of Indiana. Bum, bum, ba-dum. Wah. So why, General? Why am I and the other Hoosiers here in the great state of Indiana not able to participate in this contest? And we're not the only ones. If you are in Kentucky, you are not eligible. I'm gonna some of these states I don't want to botch here. So we got AK, which what is that? Arkansas. I'm gonna say that's Arkansas. HI, I'm gonna say that's what? Hawaii. IN is Indiana. KY is Kentucky. ME, is that Maine? MI, is that Michigan? MN, Minnesota? Wait, so the contest winner goes to SummerSlam, which is in Minnesota, but if you're in Minnesota, you're not eligible? Is M in Minnesota? Someone in the chat, let me know. Am I getting these states right? And then WA is Washington. So those are the states that are excluded from this WWE Fan of the Year sponsored by the General. Go to the General and save some time. I'm going to save you some time right now. And if you are in any of those states, do not even bother wasting your time because you are not eligible. So I just wanted to mention that real quick here. But yeah, it just always cracks me up where some states are allowed to do this and some states are not allowed to do this. I know here in Indiana, if you like the green, the ganja, the grass, so to speak, it's not legal here. It's not legal here in the state of Indiana. Thanks a lot, Eli Lilly. It's my beautiful wife over there with my son who's staring right at me. He's probably like, "What's that bright light on you, Dad? Do you want to be featured on the WellsMania podcast?" All right. Gonna have my son make a special cameo appearance. Thank you, Brian. MN is Minnesota. So let me paint this picture for you. To go to Minnesota to SummerSlam to be the WWE Fan of the Year, enter this contest sponsored by the General, unless you're in the home state that's hosting SummerSlam. So if you're in Minnesota, feel my pain. Here in Indiana, we both don't have a chance. No chance in hell. We're getting close to the end. We're getting close to the end of this episode, solo episode. I really appreciate all of those for taking the time to run wild with me live. And I know everybody's got their own busy life, so you can catch this on the replay. Subscribe to the WellsMania YouTube channel. Tell somebody who might be a fan of pro wrestling and sports entertainment and other random things to subscribe to WellsMania. I'm trying to get the 500 subscribers. And how fitting in the month of May, the Indy 500 is at the end of this month. I would like to have 500 subscribers before the Indy 500. Ladies and gentlemen, you love them. I love them. My wife loves them. Making an appearance on episode 214 of WellsMania podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Theodore Caden Wells, my son. My son is on WellsMania podcast. Look, you're on TV. Yeah. That's the microphone. You got something you want to say? You know, earlier I was cutting some promos like this one. Austin 316 says, "I just whipped your ass. And that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so." He's starstruck right now. But he was cracking up. He was laughing. Weren't you? Yeah. Yeah. I love that smell. I love that smell. Parents, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. All right, Theo. Thank you so much.
It's time to eat, Dad.
He is hungry and he's off. Thank you, babe.
You're welcome.
We always love when Theodore makes a cameo appearance. That's WellsMania 2.0. That's the heir to the WellsMania throne right there. That's a future WWE superstar, future WWE world champion, Theodore Caden Wells. Am I biased? You're damn right I am. Hey, Brian says, "Hey, Theo." Wow. Okay. Theo is a heel. Theo is a heel.
Hi, Brian.
Yes, Brian, my son says hi telepathically. He can't talk yet, but he'll get there. He'll get there. He's 6 months old, and my goodness, he is rolling over all over everywhere. He's starting to really come into his own personality wise, and it just makes me and my wife so proud and so excited. We are so excited for the rest of our lives with Theodore, just seeing him grow up and all the memories that we are about to make, and of course all the wrestling shows that I'll be taking him to here down the road, potentially WrestleMania in Indianapolis. The plan is for me, my dad, and my son to go to WrestleMania, do it full circle, because my dad took me and my grandma, his mom. So 3 generations were at WrestleMania 8, and I would love for 3 generations to be at the WrestleMania here in Indianapolis within the next 7 years. So we got that to look forward to. But yeah, thank you all so much for running wild with me on this episode 214 of WellsMania podcast. And before we go home here, next week, next Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern time, right here on the WellsMania YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, tell your friends. We will be talking about Saturday night's main event, Running Wild in Fort Wayne, Indiana at the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum, where yours truly will be making my Saturday night's main event debut. I've never been to a Saturday night's main event, so I'm really looking forward to Running Wild with maybe you in Fort Wayne, Indiana. So if you are going to be in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and you see me, never hesitate to come up to me. I always enjoy meeting you or seeing you in person. Let's get a picture together. We can do a TikTok video together. We can collab. Let's have fun. Let's make it an experience. Let's make it a party. Let's make it a wild night that we will never forget. And I will be joined by special guests Pluggo and DC Hendricks and maybe Stone Pain Productions if he is back from Florida. He's on vacation right now, so we shall see, because I am going to Saturday night's main event with Stone Pain Productions and the 5-foot giant Chris Engel. So the three of us will be running wild all over the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Saturday night's main event, where we, as of recording this episode of WellsMania podcast, we've got Cerro Miedo, the Intercontinental Champion Penta, will go one-on-one with Ethan Page for the Intercontinental Championship. And we've got my former boss, Logan Paul, and my younger brother, Austin Theory, the World Tag Team Champions, versus the Street Profits for the World Tag Team titles. So those two matches have been announced. They are official. I'm really looking forward to Saturday night's main event already. I mean, I didn't care what matches were going to be on the card because I haven't been to a WWE show in quite some time. I'm trying to remember the last show that I went to. Was it WrestlePalooza here in Indianapolis? I'm pretty sure it was. I think that was the last live WWE show that I went to. So I'm really looking forward to making my debut at Saturday night's main event in Fort Wayne, Indiana. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this solo episode of WellsMania podcast. I really hope that you enjoyed the solo aspect of it. I don't do these solo episodes very often, but I do appreciate you all taking the time to tune in and run wild with me. We talked about Backlash. We talked about the John Cena Classic. We talked about the WWE Fan of the Year. I answered your questions, those that were in here live. So thank you again to Aiden Chong, Jacob Phillips, Brian, Tribal Jester, and who else was in here? JC. So thank you guys so much. And like I said, the WellsMania podcast is always a growing experience. And I know that one day I will be where I want to be, but I just appreciate you all running wild with me on the journey and enjoying the ride. So follow me all over everywhere at WellsMania on Twitter, at WellsMania on Instagram, at WellsMania on TikTok, at WellsMania on Facebook, and be sure to subscribe. Yes, right there. It's a ticker. It's been on this whole episode. Subscribe to the WellsMania YouTube channel. 500 followers. We're doing a giveaway. Next episode, Saturday night's main event. Special guests, Pluggo, DC Hendricks, and maybe Stone Pain Productions. Until then, take care, stay positive, run wild, and dominate the day.